2nd and 5. Incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8. On the return. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Wagner. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, Wagner. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. He'll go inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to power through. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Browns. 48 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They run the counter. Andrews. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
We got 3.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here, and that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. Now Andrews. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And what we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st and 10, Wagner. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wagner. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, Wagner. That's taken in by Duvernay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Operating from the gun, Wagner. This is caught. And it is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
First down, Cleveland.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Number 18.
A very solid gain of 27. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Dancing to his left. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Andrews. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. He may try and fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw. Wagner. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. On 1st down, Wagner. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Number 30, incomplete.
Dominated,
Brings
boys,
up
dominated.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wagner. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 1st down, Wagner. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wagner. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Wagner. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Wagner escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Wagner. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They begin here with a run by Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
On the ground, Andrews again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Andrews. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They'll run for it with Andrews. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
1st down, Browns.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Right back to Dobbins on first. He's got daylight. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 3rd down, it's Andrews. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. Trolley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 33 yards that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. off the option. He'll try and run with it. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns get a score closer.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This will make it into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Off-play action. Wagner. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 16 more on that one and another first down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Wagner. Open man is Duvernay. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how...
He's got a man complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to try and go deep again. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now he got away from that first tackler No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
A 3-yard pickup.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, we'll likely put an end to this thing. Now a carry for Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Ravens 30.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Another run here with Dobbins. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play.
Oh, yeah, boy. Oh, yeah.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give you credit, they were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Ravens, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at